Hey guys, how's it going? Good afternoon. It's Monday the 12th of the 8th, 2024. It's just gone 1 in the afternoon in the United Kingdom, and Swayze is here. And I thought we'd do a video on Vodafone, and there's a couple of reasons why we're going to do a TriFusionAI report on Vodafone, which some people may find of interest. Disclaimer, no investment advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please read the disclaimer in your own time. And I'll put links in the description box of the video with timestamps in. And so, if anyone wants to jump to the relevant chapters, relevant sections, feel free to do so. So what's been happening, right, guys, is me and my good buddy, Bob Smith, and shout out to Bob. And I always put Bob's link in the videos as well. So give Bob a follow on X as well, because Bob's a top fella, a man of many skills and abilities. So me and Bob are co-developers of TriFusionAI, which is insightful stock mastery, and it is an artificial intelligence. It's got its own GPT, its own neural net. Me and Bob are 50-50 co-developers. We hold the IP to this phenomenal market tool where we combine technical indicators, fundamentals, in-depth financials, very complicated financials that many wealth management companies use on the back end, and high-end accountancy practices. So we're all using things like now financial gearing reports, red, amber, green status reports, liquidity ratios, things that you wouldn't typically get or have access to as a retail investor, right? So we're combining all those elements together, hence the name TriFusionAI. I can't see any other artificial intelligence tool that is using this kind of stuff together anywhere else in the world at the minute. Anywhere else online, certainly, anywhere else on Twitter. Me and Bob have been good buddies for quite a few years now, and it's just been an organic process where we've come together, and Bob's a fundamental expert without going into too much detail. He is a fundamental expert and in the valuation of companies. And I've got a system of technical analysis that I've been developing for going on a decade. We've come together, and this is just a natural, organic thing that we're developing together to just try and give ourselves a deeper understanding on how price moves across the markets. And we want to be as accurate as possible in our predictions, and we want to utilize artificial intelligence because it enables us feats of superhuman ability to do things that you would never ever be able to do as a normal human being. We've got this. Just as a shout out to Bob, we're now at TriFusionAI 7.0, and we've really been growing it in 2024, and we're already at 7.0 iteration now. And I'm going to go through this report on Vodafone shortly. I'll jump to the charts. And the reason why Vodafone is, I'll just jump to the charts very briefly. What we've been doing, we're programming the AI now to actually screen for stocks across all markets. So we are creating some sophisticated algorithms where, without going into the secret sauce, we can't let you know what the kernel secret sauce is for it yet. Of course, guys, we can't give away all our secrets, but we've got our AI, our TriFusionAI, doing complex algorithmic searches across the markets to give us a list of stocks, and we're trying to get this secret sauce perfected. Then it tastes like next level, you know what I'm saying, delicious. And so it gave us a list over the weekend that I've been charting out and applying my Swayze's charts technical analysis system to. And because this list, the robot told us to chart the list out. And we've obviously got a subset of algorithmic search criterion running on the back end, which is giving us these. It's like an experiment to see whether or not we can carry on running these ideas through a filtration system of artificial intelligence excellence, and we want to be able to use this system to obviously times money, right? We haven't got time, and we certainly haven't got the capacity as human beings to go through every single stock that exists across the entire markets, but our artificial intelligence robot has, and it can do it at superhuman speed. So Vodafone was one of them, right? So what happened over the weekend? Chatting away with Bob and stuff like that on the phone, taking a few calls with my good buddy, and we're always looking. We want excellence. We want something out. We want something. We want a product. We want a system. We want our AI to be so good, it's next level. And we're now at 7.0, like I've said. Now, I drew a chart based on our algorithmic search functionality now that we're now running through the TriFusion, and it said chart Vodafone. So I charted Vodafone according to my own system. And I personally think it's an extremely bullish chart. This is the daily chart that we've got in front of us. Vodafone's currently trading at 74.56p a share. We got daily volume at 11.5 million, and we're currently up intraday. From the previous trading day, we're up just over 1%. Now, this charting idea that I've drawn, this is my own subjective system of technical analysis, and I've got this chart idea of a macro ascending channel. Within the macro ascending channel, quite a bit of price action's been going on. It's compartmentalised this particular chart going back to last summer. So I've got with Vodafone, I've got a larger ascending macro channel. We've got a smaller ascending channel idea. Price came down off an asymmetrical triangle, broke out. We've got a smaller ascending channel idea within this larger macro idea. Look at the EMAs. Very interesting action with the EMAs. 21, 50, 100 and 200 EMAs have been converging to a point here. So if we look at the EMAs on the daily chart, really nice convergence. We've now got price, which is broken out of this smaller triangle, almost like a bull flag configuration recently, as we can see. Price broke out, stabilizing above the previous bull triangle, if you like. It's not a pennant triangle. It's kind of like a bullish triangle configuration. That price broke out. As we can see, we've got an arc pattern as well. Some arc retracement patterns, which is exposing, I believe, unutilized, upper market structure. Okay, price may want to go to this upper market structure according to my system of TA, right? I believe that price is moving in a bullish manner with Vodafone. I think there's unutilized market structure up ahead, but price may want to go back to. There's some key levels. We've got the EMAs converging above price, and some decent volume days this year. We've had some really phenomenal volume days for Vodafone. I mean, look at that, right? 15th of March 2024 this year, you got 516 million intraday volume. I believe volume is so important. I'm not the only person, obviously, but my personal opinion on volume, which is interesting when we jump to the TriFusionAI report that I'm going to start reading shortly. Our new 7.0 iteration is now going more depth into the technicals as well. It always was on the back end because we have fed TriFusion over 200 trading strategies, some of them going back to the 1960s, which are legendary technical indicators in the world of technical analysis. And our TriFusionAI is now an expert on pretty much every single major trading strategy and some nuanced trading strategies out there, predicated on my system of my own unique system, Swayze's chart system of technical analysis, which is retroactive back testing with forward channel methodology system. That is my own unique system of technical analysis, if we want to give it its full explanation of what it is, its full title. Falling over my words again as usual. Alright, so what we've got now with our TriFusion is we've got more in-depth technicals as well as fundamentals and gearing. Like I said, what I'm going to do with this report, guys, I'll make our Vodafone TriFusion report accessible for a free PDF download. And shout out to London South East. What I'm doing at the minute, guys, right, when I'm doing these predictions with my charts and also with our TriFusionAI, what I'm doing is I'm also going straight to like London South East bulletin boards. I'm finding the specific stock and I'm just doing a post on Vodafone, for example, today on the LSE bulletin board. And then once I publish the TriFusionAI, I'll go to the bulletin board, and then I'll link it to Twitter as well, right? So as you can see, this weekend I've been dropping a few of the charting ideas that are algorithmic new AI search engines been picking up. IQE is a really interesting one. I just dropped the IQE chart today. That's a really interesting one. And we've done a new, we've done a new TriFusionAI report for IQE as well, but I've not published it yet. So Pets as well. That's another FTSE mid-cap company. I think it's mid-caps. I think it's in the Pets is in the two. I think Pets is in the 250s. I did a chart for that as well. I believe that Pets is looking bullish, but I don't mean to digress. Let's jump in. Let's jump into the Vodafone TriFusionAI report and see what it's got to say on Vodafone Group PLC. So here we go. So comprehensive report on Vodafone Group. Confidence level high. Explanation. The confidence level reflects the detailed analysis conducted using the provided chart and recent market data. The analysis integrates technical indicators, volume analysis, and key support resistance levels identified from the chart, as well as additional technical techniques where appropriate. So this, just to let you know, guys, this is all generated by our artificial intelligence robot TriFusionAI, our own unique IP, intellectual property of me and Bob, 50-50 co-developers. No one in the world has got a GPT like this. So technical analysis, chart setup, ascending channel formation. Vodafone Group PLC is currently trading within an ascending channel that began forming in early 2024. The stock is showing signs of stabilizing after a prolonged downtrend, with the price now testing key resistance levels. Exponential moving averages, EMAs, the 21 EMA is 71.85, the 50 is tracking at 71.40, the 100 is tracking at 71.01, and the 200 EMA is tracking at 72.16. The stock is trading around the 21, 50, 100 and 200 EMAs, indicating a consolidation phase with potential for a breakout. The 200 EMA at 72.16 is a crucial level, acting as a dynamic support or resistance depending on the price action. Bollinger Bands. The price, and this is where our AI starts using its other systems that it's expert in. And what I've done, guys, right, I've got some indicators. I'm going to put the links for these indicators in the description box of the YouTube video if you're interested what all these unique indicators actually mean. There's things that I'm going to be talking about shortly, which might be a little bit like, like what the heck are you going on about, Swayzes? What the heck is a Fibonacci retracement level, right? What is a Parabolic SAR indicator, right? What is the Ichimoku Cloud Technical Analysis indicator? So what I'll do, and then obviously we've got like more mainstream ones like Relative Strength Index RSI, and there's another one here as well, which is the Bollinger Bands that I just mentioned. So what I'll do is I'll put links for these indicators, guys, within the description box of the YouTube video, all right? Because it's just right, even if you're not like really into the technicals, you might just be genuinely interested, because I mean, I find it personally fascinating that we've now got our robot, our TriFusionAI, artificial intelligence, which is cross-referencing these other significant and very important indicators based off the charting system that we use with Swayze's charts, but in an objective manner, which I think is phenomenally fascinating and very important. That we are not trying to manipulate the data to say, oh yeah, you got to agree with Swayze's chart system. No. We're using Swayze's chart system as the foundation to start the idea, but then our AI is cross-referencing it and testing the idea with all the other information and all the technical indicators that the AI is expert in, if I'm making any sort of sense. So it is very objective in because the AI doesn't care. It has no emotion, right, about how a stock's moving. It's got no emotion, and it's not like human beings that we can manipulate it with our emotions. That's what I'm trying to say. It's fascinating. So the price is trading near the middle band. We're talking about the Bollinger Band, suggesting neutral momentum. The bands are widening slightly, which could indicate increased volatility and potential for a significant move. If the price breaks above the band, it could signal a bullish breakout. Now, if you notice on the chart, guys, I've not got the Bollinger Bands highlighted on my particular chart, but the artificial intelligence has. So the way that our AI sees the market, it knows exactly where the Bollinger Bands are in relation to this actual chart idea here, as all the other indicators that our AI is using, right, to try and test the idea and offer validity and confirmation or disagreement, for that matter, with the idea. Fascinating stuff. All right, so a move above 60, sorry, we're on Bollinger's, I do apologise, which would indicate increasing volatility and potential breakout for significant move. If the price breaks above the upper band, it could signal a bullish breakout. Relative Strength Index, RSI. The RSI is currently at 55, which is in a neutral zone. This suggests that the stock is neither overbought nor oversold, providing room for movement in either direction. A move above 60 would indicate growing bullish momentum. So we've got moving average convergence divergence, which is the MACD. The MACD line is above the signal line, indicating bullish momentum. However, the histogram shows a slight decrease in the gap, suggesting that the bullish momentum might be slowing down. Continued monitoring is necessary to confirm the strength of this trend. And we've got volume analysis. Volume nodes, I've mentioned in previous videos, guys, we've got our AI reading volume nodes. Volume nodes is a more detailed analysis on volume. And more importantly, where the volume may be coming from, whether we're looking to chase institutional money, of course, because we want to go with market makers, right? And we've also programmed our AI on the back end to look at beta levels over 1, which is volatility, right? That's a whole new conversation. But we've got it cross-referencing beta volumes, volatility volumes, but also we've got it reading on the back end literal volume nodes. And a lot of the times they can be massive clues on institutional money coming in. And you want to be on the right side of institutional money, you want to be on the right side of market maker activity, right? Hedge funds, for example, banks, institutional money. Because as regular retail investors, there is an idea that a retail investor can move markets, right? Okay, there is that idea, guys. But the problem is you would have to act as a collective with massive amounts of money to be able to do that. It's much easier to chase smart money market maker candles, and institutional money. So the average volume is notably higher at 69.98 million, suggesting significant investor interest. However, recent volume spikes indicate increased trading activity around key support and resistant levels. And this is all from the AI, right? It's not from me, it's not from Bob, it's not from a human being. This is all from our robot, likely driven by institutional investors. Significant volume nodes are observed around the 70 to 75 range, which coincides with the current trading levels. So we jump to the charts, right, and look at these levels. So around certain levels, 70 to 75, right, our AI on the back end is literally decoding volume nodes. I mean, this is fascinating stuff. It would take a human being. I mean, one human being would not have enough hours in 1 year to do an analysis, in my opinion, on how it's achieving its conclusions. This is why we've got a lot of trolls running for the hills now with this level of information that we are now knocking out. This report, by the way, guys, which is more phenomenal than I think many can really understand, including myself, right? Including myself in that category. This report took less than 2 seconds to generate. Less than 2 seconds to generate. And me and Bob have estimated that it's knocking out up to £2,000 worth of billing work if you were to go to a high-end accountancy practice or a wealth management company to get this level of information that's contained within these reports, at least a couple of £1,000. So he's talking about significant volume nodes are observed around the 70-75 range, which coincides with current trading levels. This area serves as a critical zone where strong buying and selling pressure has been observed, indicating potential accumulation or distribution. So we've got something called, this 7.0 that's now been fine-tuned to offer more in-depth technical explanations, and that's what we're doing today, guys, is now doing on balance volume, or BV. So we've got the I've got what OBV is as well through Investopedia. So on balance volume, definition, formula, and uses as an indicator. Very briefly, on balance volume is a technical trading momentum indicator that uses volume flow to predict the changes in stock price. Joseph Granville first developed the OBV metric in the 1963 book Granville's New Key to Stock Market Profits. And we've got our wonderful robot now using OBV to cross-reference and to challenge and or confirm, deny Swayze's charts view on Vodafone. The OBV is trending upwards, confirming that the current price increase is supported by strong volume, a positive sign for continued bullish momentum. Candlestick setups, recent candles. The chart shows a mix of bullish and bearish candles, indicating a battle between buyers and sellers at current levels. The presence of doji and hammer candles near the 200 EMA suggests potential indecision and the possibility of a trend reversal. Support and resistance levels. Support 69.8, recent low and lower channel boundary. Resistance 81.92. Key resistance within the ascending channel. Fibonacci retracement. And I'll put the links for fib retracement levels, guys, in the YouTube description box. It's another highly thought of an accurate technical indicator, Fibonacci retracement. I use them a lot in my own system of TA. Key Fibonacci retracement levels to monitor are around 71, 23.6%, and 75, which will be 38.2% from the recent uptrend, suggesting these as potential support and resistance zones if the price continues to move within the channel. We've got something called the Ichimoku cloud, And to be fair, that was a relatively new one for me. But I had the book on it, and we fed, obviously, as I said earlier, me and Bob fed our GPT, our AI, nearly 200 best-selling trading books, which it has dissected with its artificial intelligence neural net. So the Ichimoku cloud is a collection of technical indicators that show support and resistance levels, as well as momentum and trend direction. It does this by taking multiple averages and plotting them on a chart. It also uses these figures to compute a cloud that attempts to forecast where the price may find support and resistance in the future. The Ichimoku cloud was developed by Gojai Hosoda, a Japanese journalist, and published in the late 1960s. I love it that all this stuff came from the 60s. Just phenomenal. It provides more data points than the standard candlestick chart. While it seems complicated at first glance, those familiar with how to read these charts often find it easy to understand with well-defined trading signals. Fascinating stuff. So the price is currently trading above the Ichimoku cloud, which is a bullish sign. The cloud itself is relatively thin, indicating that support below the price may not be very strong. A continued move above the cloud suggests the potential for a sustained bullish momentum. And then we've got Parabolic SAR. The Parabolic SAR is currently below the price, reinforcing the bullish sentiment in the short term. This indicator suggests that the current trend is upward, and traders may consider it as a trailing stop for long positions. And a brief explanation of what Parabolic SAR indicator, developed by J. Wells Wider, is used by traders to determine trend direction and potential reversals in price. The indicator uses a trailing stop and reverse method called SAR, or stop and reverse, to identify suitable exit and entry points. Traders also refer to the indicator as to the parabolic stop and reverse, Parabolic SAR, or PSAR. So I'll leave the link again for that in the description box of the YouTube video. So phenomenal stuff. So just wanted to spend a bit more time because Bob has now got our robot on 7.0 TriFusionAI, really breaking down and using multiple technical analytical indicators to basically put our ideas to the test. So let's go into the fundamental analysis, latest news and analysis with Vodafone. Right, so we're on, let's have a quick look. What are we on? Let's have a quick look. We are on page 2. And then quarter 1, 2024, financial results. July the 25th, 2024, Vodafone reported a slight decline in revenue due to continued pressures in its European markets, but strong performance in Africa and improvements in operational efficiency helped offset some of the negative impact. The company remains focused on its cost-cutting initiatives and strategic investments in 5G and fibre networks. CEO transition, August 3rd, 2024. Vodafone announced a new CEO appointment, signalling a potential shift in strategic direction. The new leadership is expected to focus on enhancing profitability, driving growth in emerging markets, and possibly streamlining operations in underperforming regions. So we'll jump to the financial overview, guys. Financial overview. We're just starting now on page 3. Financial overview. Vodafone's latest annual reports highlight ongoing challenges in Europe, including competitive pressures and regulatory hurdles. However, the company's investment in emerging markets, particularly in Africa, are showing promising growth, contributing to overall revenue stability. Recent updates emphasize Vodafone's commitment to reducing debt and improving free cash flow through strategic asset disposals and operational efficiencies. Recent financial performance. Revenue. Vodafone reported Q1 2024 revenue of 11 billion euros. I think that's euros, reflecting a slight decline from the previous quarter due to challenges in Europe, but stable performance in other regions. Profit. The company remains profitable, although margins have been under pressure due to increased competition and regulatory costs in key markets. Debt. And we're on, what page are we on? Oh, so I'm obsessed with what page we're on. I'll check in a minute. I think we're still on page 3. Debt. Managed debt levels remain a focus, with the company continuing to prioritize debt reduction through asset sales and improved cash flow management. Cash position. Vodafone maintains a solid cash reserve, providing flexibility for strategic investments and debt servicing. So anyone that's following what we're doing with TriFusionAI is we do a cash burn report with a red, amber, green status. So the current cash flow is estimated at 500 million euros a month, which will give an amber rag status, which will give 18 to 20 months cash burn duration. Pessimistic analysis would be 600 million euros a month, which would give a duration of 14 to 16 months, which would give a red status, and an optimistic scenario status is 400 million euros a month, which would give a duration of 22 to 24 months, which will be a green status. So, current scenario explanation. The current scenario reflects Vodafone's ongoing investment in 5G and fibre networks, coupled with efforts to manage operational costs. The cash outflow is relatively stable, supported by ongoing revenue from core markets and strategic cost-cutting measures. We've got trading strategies. I'll fast forward the trading strategies, guys, because I don't want to be hammering the technicals too much. It's very nuanced, Swayze's chart system of technical analysis. Obviously not financial advice, and please seek the expert opinion of credited professionals with any buy, sell, hold, investment, any sort of financial strategy. But our AI is actually beginning to develop its own trading strategies, which I find fascinating. So what we'll do now, guys, we'll jump in on page 4 to our deep dive fundamental analysis with financial ratios and analysis on Vodafone. All right, which is going to give the ratios, and this PDF will be for free download in the description box of the YouTube video and in the description box on X, and I'll also post it on London South East Bulletin Board Vodafone section as well. All right. So liquidity ratio, the current ratio is 1.1, indicating adequate short-term liquidity. The quick ratio is 0.9, reflecting the company's reliance on inventory to meet short-term obligations. Profitability ratios, gross margin is 32%, reflecting stable margins supported by cost management initiatives. The net profit margin is 6%, indicating modest profitability. We have a leverage ratio. We have our leverage ratios. Debt to equity ratio is 0.7, indicating moderate leverage. The interest coverage ratio is 3, showing the company's ability to cover interest expenses. Efficiency ratios. We have the asset turnover ratio, which is 0.8, indicating efficient use of assets to generate revenue. Inventory turnover ratio is 2, reflecting the efficient inventory management. Additional analysis, we're on page 4. Telecom industry growth. The telecom industry continues to benefit from increasing demand for mobile data and connectivity, particularly in emerging markets. Vodafone is well positioned to capitalise on this trend, particularly through its investment in 5G and fibre networks. Regulatory environment. The regulatory environment in Europe remains a challenge for Vodafone, with ongoing pressure related to pricing and competition. However, the company's diversification into emerging markets help mitigate some of these risks. Investor sentiment, mixed outlook. Investor sentiment is mixed due to the challenges in Vodafone's European operations, but optimism remains regarding the company's growth prospects in emerging markets and potential strategic shifts under new leadership. Conclusion: Vodafone plc, VOD, is navigating a challenging environment with ongoing pressure in its European markets, but the company's strategic investments in emerging markets and new leadership could provide opportunities for growth. The stock is currently consolidating within an ascending channel, and investors should monitor developments in key markets and regulatory environments to gauge future price movements. Do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5 year averages, said Warren Buffett. TriFusionAI 2024 copyright Bob Smith and John Swarbrick. And this our disclaimer is this report is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult a financial professional before making any investment decisions. Errors and omissions may be present. So guys, appreciate that. That'll all be available for download for free via a Google PDF link. All right, this is where we're at with Vodafone. I think we've got a super macro chart. I mean, personally speaking, as per my system, the top of that channel is showing 106p a share. You know what I'm saying? The top of the smaller channel is showing like 81.92. The top of the arc refill level showing like just under 80p a share. Prices above all the key indicators at the minute. We've got some foundational support, I believe, which is a key element to building these virtual structures, which I draw with my very quaint and stylish looking system of technical analysis. Right? It's not financial advice. Read the disclaimers. Thanks for your attention, guys. I'll get this video uploaded. It's not a typical Swayze's chart stock, I admit, but I have charted Vodafone over the last 4 or 5 years. I wouldn't say prolifically, but I've done quite a few charts on Vodafone. But, with our new search algorithmic AI tool, casting its net across the markets with its artificial intelligence algorithm, right, and it's spitting out Vodafone, I'm going to pay attention to what it's saying, and we're going to track the action, and we're going to test it, measure it, conduct our tests on the back end, and see whether or not, we can calculate a successful entry hypothetically and a successful exit according to a methodical and proven system of TA measured against our, system of technical analysis and our TriFusionAI, artificial intelligence. Waffling now, guys. Have a great week. Happy Monday. And I look forward to chatting to you about more stocks and tickers and movers moving forward.